time for the 49ers Rush Podcast. And here's your host, John Chapman.
What is going on, faithful? It is absolutely incredible. I'm back at the mothership. Got some film breakdowns yesterday after I flew back from Vegas after a wonderful weekend with friends and good times. And, you know, it was awesome. I love Vegas and the game was great. So we've already started our film breakdown series. We've got the entire first half offense and special teams done. Entire first half defense special teams done. That's up on the 49ersrush.com and our Patreon channel. Links in the description of the video. So I wanted to go over my main film takeaways, review, notes, whatever from the first half of that Raiders preseason game. And like, it cracks me up, you know, like, and I went through this as a coach as well. Like, preseason matters. Like, this is where lives are changed. And, you know, I had to cut a lot of my notes down. I was like, no, I don't want to go that deep. Like, let's focus on the guys that I think have a chance to make the 53-man roster and all that kind of stuff. This matters. This is a big deal. This is life-changing moments. This is dream-making, generational wealth. And this is going to determine kind of the floor for the 49ers in the 2025 season. And just like, again, understand, this is not a deep roster. Younger and cheaper is the theme. And man, you've got about 20 players on this roster that are kind of like, okay, we know what they are. After that, it's a bunch of young rookies and second-year players and undrafted free agents that are fighting for their lives. And so we're starting to see a lot of that unfold. That's what's taking place. Now, I know Tuesdays is usually the John and Wayne show, and that's coming back. Wayne's got a gig. He's making some money. He's working his tail end off, and that makes me happier than ever. But, yeah, the John and Wayne show is not going anywhere. But, dude, whenever somebody can make money, one of my favorite things, anytime somebody's making money, you're going to have a smile on my face. I love seeing people be successful, and Wayne's out there working. He's doing what's up. What's up? Appreciate all the hashtag CCs. I love it. I love it. This is episode 1485 of the 49ers Rush podcast. And I have to say thank you. Our executive producers, Corey Robbins, 49ers George 365, David Gill. They make all of this happen. I love it. I love it. I love it. Steven, what's up, man? He says, hashtag CC. I have to thank you for this show, JC. At work and truly need this positive distraction, man. Dude, I got you. And we're going to be here for the next hour. We're going to be talking about all kinds of stuff and positives, negatives, what we learned. And, man, I'm excited, man, and just appreciate you. Mike, come on, Chapman. I haven't been able to finish the defensive breakdown yet. My bad. Dude, I got I went to bed. So I came home yesterday from the airport. As soon as I got home, hooked up on my computer, everything, you know, whatever, and started doing that defensive breakdown. Spent a little bit of time with the family, and I crashed for like 9 hours. It was awesome. I went to bed at like 8 o'clock. It was good. But anyway, so I woke up this morning early, started the film breakdowns, and now I'm live with you guys. Just got those loaded. They were fun up there. Appreciate it, guys. You guys are awesome. But yeah, the defensive tape was awesome. Disguising coverages, and I want to start with the defensive tape. So thank you, Mike. You know, showing cover 2 blitz whenever you transition to a quarters drop, and it's just like, oh my gosh, like, oh, the fact that Robert Saleh defensive tape could be exotic even in the preseason compared to what we had last year. Man, disguising blitzes, nickel blitzes, safety blitzes, linebacker blitzes, stunts. I'll take it, baby. It was just so difficult. And I know if you guys have been with us for a while, man, last year sucked. You know, breaking down tape and going to those games and just being like, you gave the test to the opposing team in the first quarter every single game defensively. You ran the exact same things, never disguised anything. Nick Sorensen had no clue what the hell he was doing. And it just hurt. It hurt, man. And yeah, so like I thought Alfred Collins played bad. I was at the game live, and I was trying to watch 95 the entire time, and he did not play well. But film wasn't as bad as I thought. There were a couple key plays on third down and goal line plays that I thought he made some quality plays. On that one, it was first and goal from the 1, and this was when the ones were out there, in the first quarter. That dude took on 3 blockers, gave up a little bit of ground, but we got the run stuff. Kalia Davis, crashed in, made a huge freaking play. Sebastian Valdez made a nice play. Like, there were some quality plays in there. But, like, all of that happened because of Alfred Collins. So I thought the film review for Alfred Collins was better than my initial reaction. Made an awesome hustle play, got a pressure. And Alfred Collins was out there on 3rd and 10 several times, 3rd and long several times. Like, they're just letting them get snaps and develop. So, yeah, he got blown off the ball, and there's one play that, I could put out there that just makes him look awful. And I'm sure somebody's going to use it where he gets blown off the ball, against a double team. He gets driven back probably 7-8 yards and gets even turned around. Like, I mean, yeah, it's Javon Hargrave bad after the injury. Like, I mean, that dude, it was rough. But I didn't think it was near as bad as I initially thought. Not making positive plays, not making impact plays, but there are several plays where it's like, oh, that's a good play. All right, well, that's actually a positive play. They're there. They are there. But there were still, that one play is just god-awful. Yeah, right there, Mike. Collins is going to get there. The defense potential is exciting. The problem is you just don't have anybody else. Like, that dude's working with the ones right now. So is Kalia Davis. You ain't got bodies. Not only are you too young, but you don't have bodies. That defensive tackle room, maybe CJ West turns out amazing like we think he's going to be. Maybe Sebastian Valdez. Sebastian Valdez is the most consistent defensive tackle the 49ers have on their roster right now. Number 1. Number 2 is Kalia Davis. I thought Kalia Davis played well. He showed up with a lot of unexpected violence and consistency that we have not seen from 93. And he has stacked positive preseason game on positive preseason game. And he was kind of getting starter rep, kind of consideration out there, because whenever you look at the defense and kind of that snap count, Kalia Davis played 16 snaps. Bryce Huff played 15 snaps. D. Winters played 15 snaps. So Kalia Davis is getting that kind of starting nod, which, hey, he's earned it through 2 games. And so I love that. Getting pressures, positive run. Like, he had 2 pressures. Kalia Davis finishes number 4th rated overall player with a 79 grade, played 16 snaps, 2 pressures, had 1 solo run stop. Just looked good in the run game, looked good in pass rush. Like, now it wasn't like, all world, but consistent. Whenever you go youth, you get splash plays, you lose consistent. So you get the splash positive and you get the splash negative. What the Niners are going to have to overcome this year is, can the Niners get consistent production from young players? Kalia Davis falls into that category. And so how many plays has Kalia Davis played in his career and missed his entire, rookie year? He's played 16 games, has 0 starts. That's young. Now, he's 26 years old, so he's a little bit older than somebody, but he's been on a 3-year trajectory to get to this point. Camp wasn't great, but camp wasn't great. But, man, I don't know. We'll have to figure that out. And so, like, the preseason games are better. So, sorry, the dog's going ape wild in the background. Anyway, this is what it's like when you record from home and you have a French bulldog that runs your household. You struggle a little bit, and I apologize. Lucy, I love you, girl. The wife is here. Hopefully everything's okay. Okay, thank you. Anyway, now, so Kalia Davis, like, dude, that dude's a projected starter. Who's going to start next to him? Right now, Alfred Collins. But Alfred Collins, if you told me is the starting defensive tackle, but only on early downs right now, he's playing pass rush, like, I'm okay with that. I'm totally cool with that. Yeah, but, in the preseason games, Alfred Collins out there on 3rd and long, he's not going to be doing that, especially early. You're hoping he could develop into that, but that's a long-term placement. Go with what he has. And, yeah, right here, Mark, remember when the Rams revamped their D with a bunch of rookies last year? It took most of the season before it all. And I don't think it came together. Like, the Rams get a lot of publicity because everybody loves sacks and quarterback hits. Rams' run defense is really rough. It still is. But the Rams has basically said, we're going to stop the passer and we're going to be able to rush the passer. The 49ers have said the exact opposite. We're going to stop the run and we're going to do a bunch of run stuffers. And so, yeah, the youth movement that they did, cool. I totally get that. They go get Jared Verse, who's a stud. They go get Braden Fisk, who's a stud pass rusher. But, like, allow your guys just to do their roles. And you're hoping that the scheme, the coaching adjustments can overcome a lot of those inconsistencies. And if you can stop the run early, then yeah, you go with your NASCAR package, you get some pass rush, development and whatever else with 3 defensive ends instead of 2 defensive tackles at work. So it's not identical to what the Rams did. The Rams always prioritize pass rush. The 49ers and Robert Saleh are going to prioritize stopping the run. But the youth movement is the same. Those are consistent. And so you got to kind of figure that out. You know what I mean? And so is that going to work? I don't know. And, I'm texting with different people and they're like, oh, what are your thoughts on the 49ers and how do you feel about the season and all this kind of stuff? And I keep saying this, like the potential, the 49ers have bet on coaching, youth, and the schedule for 2025. That's what everybody's betting on. And so the 49ers, like if everything goes well, like you have a top heavy roster, like maybe the most top heavy roster in the NFL because you have these perennial Pro Bowl All-Pro players and Fred Warner and Nick Bosa and George Kittle, Christian McCaffrey, Trentwood. Like that is an elite amount of blue chippers. After that, gap, chasm, drop off. And look, if all goes well, like 12-5 is a very realistic possibility with this roster. Now, you can clip that and post that. I don't care. Stay with this line of reasoning. If all goes well, you stay healthy. You have the easiest schedule in the NFL. You play no top 10 quarterbacks. Like, you don't play any of them. Maybe Matthew Stafford if he's healthy. CJ Stroud, and that's a conference game, not even a conference game, not even a divisional game. Like, your schedule is cake. But you have no depth. And if that injury bug continues to bite you like it has this year, dude, like, I hate to say this, 7-10 is a strong possibility. Yeah. 12-5 can happen if all goes well and a couple young guys step up and we all stay healthy, the schedule, and you're betting on coaching changes and all that's great. It's a possibility, but there is a very wide variance to the 2025 season for the 49ers right now. And you're already seeing the injuries happen. And so with the way this roster is constructed, man, we'll have to see how it goes. We'll have to see how it goes because, yeah, it could, stuff could hit the fan this year. But that's the way you built a roster. That's what the Niners kind of have signed up for this season. And so, yeah, that's just kind of what it's going to be. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see. What's up, Shannon? I love what junkies we are for the Niners. Yes, that is exactly correct. Yeah, right here. People like Larry said Collins was going to be a beast. Larry didn't want Collins at all. I wanted Collins. But you're changing his scheme and you drafted him to stop the run. Yeah, I'm still pretty high on him. Yeah, Evan Anderson, who I really, really liked last year. Dude, he's coming back from that injury and missed a lot of time. He struggled in this game. Evan Anderson. But again, he's another guy that's super young, undrafted free agent from last year. He's going to make this roster, but can he be a rotational piece? That's what you want him to be. He's not at season form right now. He's going to get there. NY Niners, what's up, Ben? Appreciate you. Love to chase Lucas comments about the coach's preparation. Let him get that pick. Coaching preparation players, cats and dogs living together. Welcome back, Robert Saleh. Yes, that's what it is. He ran that route. He ran that route for him. Oh, he's so freaking good. Kenny, we're going to talk about wide receivers in a second. I'm trying to stick with the wide receiver. Elijah Mitchell's not on this team, but that's okay. Brian Carter, my man, what's up? 49ers Chargers Saturday is going to be fun. Just get out healthy, get ready. Yeah, I'll be out there for that game. That's going to be a fun one. Excited. Last preseason game, then we got 2 weeks, right? Got the roster cuts and all of that. Really, really excited about that. We'll see how that goes. Will Chase Lucas be a numbers cut? I don't think so. Nobody else is getting reps at that kind of nickel spot. And so Upton Stout, Chase Lucas making plays on special teams too, which is huge. Yeah, I think Chase Lucas is making this roster. I think it'd be good for them too. Now, I mean, there's going to be some rough roster casualties, but I don't think Chase Lucas is going to be one. I think Chase Lucas is going to get reps at the nickel spot over Upton Stout, even though Upton Stout's been amazing, but he hasn't played any game action yet. Hopefully he returns this week. It's hard to go rookies who haven't played, even in preseason, week 1 at a divisional opponent. And you've got to remember, you got Jackson Smith and Jigba and Cooper Kupp. You have one of the best young slot corners in the NFL and one of the most savvy vet slot corners in the NFL week 1. And they both take reps in the slot. Like, I do not want either. I don't want a rookie out there in that position. It'd be different if Upton Stout had been playing for the past 3 weeks, but he hasn't. That would be different. And so will he play this last preseason game? How's that look? I know he's been by far one of the best players in camp. So I think Chase Lucas, I don't want to say lock that he makes the 53, but he's been the player of the game both preseason games. He missed training camp. That's the he made most of camp, but he's missed the 2 preseason games, and so that's hard. I'm tagging a lot of these. I'm trying to stay with the defense. The secondaries looked really good. I thought so too. Marquise Siegel, good gosh. Just needs to trust his reads a little bit. The splash plays are there with that rookie. By far my favorite rookie on the team. Marquise Siegel. We'll see how it goes. But, dude, that 4.3 speed shows on tape. Amazing tackle in open space against a running back on 3rd and 8 to force a field goal. And the funny thing about watching the tape is you'll see him, like, second-guess himself and be like, he was right. Just trust. Like, he's not to the point where he can trust what he sees, but you can see the gerbil running right upstairs. Like, the processing is happening. Just get him to trust that a little bit more. He's playing a little too cautious, but the upside's there. And man, Jair Brown, like, come on, man. Like, I don't know what to do with Jair Brown. And like, I'm watching the tape and it's not like he's making horrible mistakes, but it's just like, what would you say you do here? Like, you're not good in zone coverage. You're not good man coverage. You're not a strong, run, alley, open field tackler. You're not in a racer role that stays over the top and can kind of take away I don't know. And so I was hoping a lot of that was just Nick Sorensen. And so, like, he looked great under Steve Wilks. But Steve Wilks is one of the greatest secondary or safety coaches in the history of the NFL. I'll fight anybody on that one. I mean, Jair Brown looked great his rookie year under Wilks. And he even talked about that. Like, yeah, Wilks, my boy. The scheme changed. That affected me and all that stuff. The scheme's different again. It's not looking, I don't know. Like, he's going to make the roster. He's not making positive plays on special teams. I don't know what Jair Brown brings. Playmaking, turnover ability. That's probably it. Oh, man. It's just frustrating. It's frustrating. I just, I just don't really know. I don't know what to do with Jair Brown. I don't. I think Dallas Flowers looked good. And probably I think the worst player on the 49ers, roster right now, like if I'm going to be honest, is probably Darrell Luter Jr. Every time I watch his clip, here's what I say. It's not bad, but it's not awful, but he's not in terrible position, but it's just every time he's targeted, something good happens for the opposing team. It was the same way at training camp, same way every single year, same thing on special teams. It's just every time Darrell Luter's out there, it's just like, well, he's not in terrible position, but that's a huge play he just gave up on third down. Like it was like back-to-back third down conversions that he gave up on one drive, and then it was another third down conversion off the wide receiver's hands, and he gets up and celebrates, which I know that's what corners do. I get it. But it's like, dude, you just gave up 2 third down conversions, and the ball just went off of both of his hands for another first down, and he didn't catch it. Like, why are you, like, I don't know, man. Like, I get that he looks the part and whatever else, but, like, Darrell Luter Jr. just like, oof. And I don't like being negative because it's just like, this is his first camp. He missed both of his first 2 camps. How do you keep that dude? I don't know, man. I don't see. I just don't see it. And I don't know exactly how to handle that. A couple things just from comments that we've just been going through. Lori, agree Chase has been the player of the preseason, but when you start looking through the roster, it will be close. Definitely not a lock. Who else is at nickel? That's my thing that I go back to. But yeah, I'm with you. What's up, Smoking? Appreciate you, buddy. Kid at the house, watch it live with the wife on the way back with their kids. Love it, love it, love it, man. You are the best. And he says, yeah, Tampa, bring the whole family to Tampa for the 49ers first road trip. I love it. I love it. Man, what a better way to kind of key off. Now, next up, we've got offensive notes. I still got some more defensive guys I want to talk about, especially Nick Martin. I want to spend some time talking linebackers and just going through what that looks like. But if you're going to any Niners party like Kenneth and his family, they're coming down Tampa. We had a great time there last year. Come party with us, baby. 49ers Rush Road Trip is going into its 6th year with over 40 events at road games. If you are traveling to see the 49ers play this year, you got to come party with us. And on top of that, we give games, trivia, giveaways. We've partnered with TickPick this year. All you have to do is search 49ers Rush on any of the TickPick sites, apps, you name it. And on top of all of that, best dressed, giveaways, autographed jerseys, kids are always included, and get in for free with a ticketed adult. And a lot of times for select cities, we will have 49ers legends come out and you get to meet and greet them and get an autograph. Navarro Bowman, Frank Gore, Patrick Willis, Fred Warner are all players that we have worked with in the past. And trust me, if you want to build the 49ers community, you're traveling by yourself, we got you covered. 49ersRushRoadTrip.com. And, week 1, Seattle, man, Frank Gore is going to be out there partying with us, going to have a great time. We'll be at the press box from 2 to 6. And then we got our tailgate right across from the stadium. It's the closest you can possibly get. We do our, full walkover premium tailgate, unlimited drinks, and premium alcoholic beverages. It is incredible. And then Seattle week 2. Oh, my gosh, my birthday weekend, baby. Might be one of the biggest parties we've ever thrown. We're going to be on Bourbon Street at the Drinkery Saturday from 2 to 6. And then our tailgate in New Orleans, second to none. We've got unlimited everything. Walk to the station. We got a seafood station grill. Come on. Oh, it's going to be great. Anyway, get your tickets on the TickPick app. Just search 49ers Rush on there, and that will pull up. So let's talk some wonderful Nick Martin. Probably was one of the most exciting rookies, early on, whenever, the draft finalized and you saw how exactly, Robert Saleh was so pumped and, this was the guy that they targeted and all that stuff. Now, such a huge development from where he started. The first preseason game, it was just like, yikes. And the coverage was yikes all through training camp. But he has developed. He didn't finish. He finished with a 61 grade. Okay, cool. But you're starting to see him recognize faster. His keys, week 1 in the preseason, feet are stuck in concrete. Stone Blanton would react to a play, a full count early. Then you'd see Nick Martin go. Now he's shrinking that processing time down repeatedly and making positive impact plays. Got the sack, had a couple 4 solo run stops. Like, that's awesome, but still negatives. Still had several missed tackles one on special teams. And I think they only credited him with 2 missed tackles, but again, had another missed tackle where he didn't even get close enough to get his hands on him because he took a bad, angle. So Nick Martin, major stock up. But here's the thing. He now gets to sit and season and learn because that linebacker room has vaulted up. Now, a lot of that's Robert Saleh's coming back. Fred Warner's the standard, obviously, best linebacker in football. But man, D. Winters has been incredible. Tatum Bethune, good gosh. That dude has developed. He was the number 1 person on my notes. First thing I wrote down. Tatum Bethune is growing up at a crazy rate. Amazing pass coverage drops. Great special teams. Playing in space like a beast. Great, but still a few stakes. But man, sky is the limit. Like, Tatum Bethune is making this damn roster. He's your linebacker 4. Luke Gifford, the captain, the seasoned vet, the gray beard, that dude knows what every single play is. You watch 57 out there, he knows what every damn play is every single time. He's moving before his keys. Like, he knows. Not electric, not whatever, but just consistent. And so that linebacker 3 spot, that's Luke Gifford's. Tatum Bethune's going to take that eventually. We thought Nick Martin would. No. Like, Nick Martin gets to wait. He's linebacker 5. He's making this roster. He'll be on special teams. He'll learn. He'll develop. And if some injuries happen, you can put him in. But I'm telling you right now, your 3 starting linebackers are Fred Warner, D. Winters, and Luke Gifford. The first linebacker off the bench is Tatum Bethune. And then the second linebacker off the bench will be Nick Martin. That's just the way it is. And Johnny Holland, Robert Saleh, yeah, they're like a cheat code for linebacker play. And all those guys have jumped up. My man Yatsik in the house. Nick Martin played good, but like this is what good teams do. All right. Bad teams force rookies to play early. Good teams allow rookies to develop and earn playing time. The Niners are teetering the line with both. Kel Williams gets no seasoning. Alfred Collins gets no seasoning. Nick Martin, thankfully, gets to, because you have built that quality depth ahead of him, that youthful upside depth ahead of him, that he gets to sit and learn. That good teams do that. Bad teams require Connor Colby to start. And so this is the kind of juxtaposition with the 2025 49ers roster. There's youth peppered throughout this roster that you have no choice, but you have to play them. That's not what good teams do. Good teams allow Nick Martin to learn. Now, if that youth comes up like Upton Stout or Marquise Siegel and shows, hey, you can trust me early, but even Marquise Siegel, my favorite rookie, in this draft, if I had it my way, I'm fine starting Jason Pinnock and Malik Mustafa if he's healthy. And we're just going to let Marquise Siegel learn, play special teams and learn. That would be. I designed a shirt that said I got drafted by the 49ers and all I got was this red shirt, right? Because the Niners used to red shirt everybody. But then the roster got old. It got top heavy. It got very heavily paid. This is the recycling that's just going to take place. And, the problem is guys like Alfred Collins is going to have to play before and play in situations where might not be ready for. Mikael Williams, same thing. But some of these positions, linebacker, again, I've said this since the 49ers have arrived. The linebackers evaluate the linebacker position better than anybody else. And I'm thankful that you are not forced to play Nick Martin early. He doesn't have to. He gets to sit and he gets to learn. I wish we could do that with all of the rookies, but that's just not today's NFL. And that's not, whenever you say younger and cheaper is the theme of this roster, there you go. That's what it is. Right here, Notorious GAV. What is Bethune's ceiling? That's a good question. Now, I want to. The thing that I like the most about Bethune is just the violence. Like, the 49ers don't really have that enforcer. D. Winters can kill some people, but Tatum Bethune, that dude is just, he's a killer. He's a killer. And you saw some of those hits, right? Like, you saw, like, Ashton Genty on one of the first plays, head-to-head with Tatum Bethune, and tries to lower the boom like he did against Diamador Lenoir, one of the smallest corners in the NFL. And no. Tatum Bethune freaking killed that dude. He freaking killed him. And so, you got to love that. And here's the thing right here. Generic, he says, Bethune is slower than my grandma. Guess what? There are positions where speed is not indicative upon success. It's not. And if you have the awareness and you have the reading ability, you can overcome that. Drake Greenlaw wasn't really fast. Like, it's not, I mean, shoot. There are guys peppered throughout the NFL that are in the Hall of Fame at the linebacker position that are not fast. Today's NFL, you need to cover. Well, the 49ers don't run a lot of man covers with their linebackers. Therefore, you're okay. They run a scheme-dependent cover 3. Sometimes you do a Tampa 2 drop. But, shoot, Tatum Bethune, there was a play, okay? And, again, go watch the film breakdown. It's up. I got it. Dante Thornton Jr., the same guy that smoked by Diamador Lenoir on a fade route in that first drive, he's running a deep drag, okay? Tatum Bethune opens up to the trip side, which is Dante Bethune. His job is to wall number 3 coming across. It doesn't matter how deep he is. And this is a deep drag. So, like, basically what that is, it's a deep over behind the spot drop of that linebacker is usually 5 yards out wide, 7 yards deep. Tatum Bethune opens up perfectly. He sees 10 streaking across. He turns and runs to where the route is going to go, and he meets Dante Thornton at the numbers, probably 25 yards deep. Dante Thornton's the fastest player on either team. Offense, defense, don't care. That dude is shoot. I want to because I said this on my breakdown. I'm like, dude, how fast was he? I can't spell his damn name. What man? Now I'm mad. Anyway, somebody tell me how fast Dante Thornton. I can't spell his name to pull it up. Oh man. Anyway, the dude ran like a 4.3 something, right? The rookie, number 10. And he beat him to the numbers. And so, yeah, Bethune, like, that's not his thing. He's a 7th round pick. But you're talking about this freaking stout, no neck, old school, violent freaking killer that sucked last year. I couldn't believe he made the roster. I'm thankful the Niners were able to keep him and develop him. He sucked on special teams all last year. Again, I watched every single damn play of special teams. And every time 48 was out there, it was just like, this dude can't play in space. He's making positive special teams play. What the hell? Like, what happened? Dude transformed his body and is now making those plays. Thank you. Notorious. Positional knowledge will get you where you need to be without speed. Sometimes speed is a bad thing. But yeah, if he was playing a corner or a wide receiver or what, like at the linebacker position, you can overcome that. Now, I think the kind of what I want out of Tatum Bethune, the question earlier is what is his ceiling? He's a legendary linebacker 3 special teams play. I don't think Tatum Bethune's ever going to be like the number 2 guy. Now, Nick Martin's ceiling's off the charts. Tatum Bethune, dude, just let him be your number 3. Let him be your number 3. And just start on special teams, be your number 3. If somebody gets injured, you got to have him play up at Mike. He can do it. You got to have him play up at Will. He can do it. That's not really what he's best at. But there's nothing wrong with being a career number 3 linebacker. Like, that could be there. Now, Aziz, he had a higher ceiling, and now he's playing the number 1 role. But, like, just let him be the number 3 guy. And so Luke Gifford's doing that job now. And the goal would be eventually, you're probably not going to play Fred Warner, D. Winters, Tatum Bethune, and Nick Martin, but you don't have to do that. How long is Fred Warner going to play? I don't know, 5-6 years? He's young still. I think he can still play that long. But, man, you've got these young pups that are exciting. Dude, I'm telling you. Law of all. Bethune made a serious 180. Didn't really think much of him in the past, but yeah, he's done very well. There we go. Thank you. Ben helps us on, our countdown series and our draft work. Ben's just such a good dude, man. Dante Thornton ran a 4.30, and Tatum Bethune beat him to the numbers on a deep drag route. Yeah, 4.30 flat. Kawachipto got it. There we go. I love it, man. It's number one on my film notes here. Number one is Tatum Bethune will allow Nick Martin to develop the way he should. I really wish the 49ers could have done this across the board. Everybody does. But linebacker is one of those spots, and you went out and addressed Luke Gifford. So not only did you go out and pay for a veteran, fully guaranteed $2+ million deal for Luke Gifford, and Luke Gifford looks good, but you have the youth in Tatum Bethune, and you have the youth in Nick Martin in a backup role. That the linebacker position room is exactly what you want your team to look like everywhere. Everywhere. Where you have quality A+ starters, Fred Warner, and then you have veteran leadership and experience in Luke Gifford, and then you have all these young uprising guys, D. Winters, Tatum Bethune, Nick Martin. Allow them to develop. That is awesome. I freaking love it, man. A couple roster news. This is going to make me sad. Right here, the 49ers have signed Nate Sudfeld, the old quarterback that was with us for a long time. I love that. That's a huge step up at quarterback 3. And a corresponding move, Patrick Taylor Jr. has been placed on season-ending IR. Love Patrick Taylor. Just does everything right. Got injured. The running back room is the exact opposite of the linebacker room. Yikes. So many injuries. It sucks. So Patrick Taylor Jr., hate to see that. If he had the youth upside, he doesn't have that. He was kind of a jack-of-all-trades vet that will always get the job done, but the injury is just too much to overcome. My guess is he'll be released on a financial settlement. He'll get paid, be able to go play for somebody else. I don't know how serious the shoulder is, but, Carter Bradley's still on the team, but I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe this is an idea so that I can't understand it. Carter Bradley did play better. I will say that. And so, right there. Thank you. Don't bother me for putting that. Patrick Taylor Jr. on season-ending IR, and Nate Sudfeld brought in. I think that if you're going to, you don't keep 3 quarterbacks. You got Nate Sudfeld off the street. You just keep 2. But Nate Sudfeld knows the scheme. He knows what the 49ers do and all that kind of stuff. So I do like that. I really liked Patrick Taylor Jr. He's just one of those guys that, just does so much. If Bethune turns into Aziz, we're in good hands. Yeah, it's so good. It is so good. San Mateo, I do want to talk about this. Yeah, the 49ers tried to trade for John Mechie. So let's jump over. Let's talk about the offense, and let's get through some of these film notes and process what the hell is going on with the 49ers wide receiver room. Your fantasy league pays bragging rights. My bookie pays cash. Gear up for another banger of a football season with a full-service sportsbook and casino in one. Whether you're firing off futures, betting the spread, spinning the slots late at night, everything runs through one account, one wallet, no switching apps. MyBookie has it all. Right now is the perfect time to get ahead of the curve with college football kicking off August 23rd. MyBookie's got national championship, Heisman odds already live. Lock in your picks early before the lines start moving. And if you're brand new, you get a little extra juice. Sign up with promo code 49ers, 49ERS, or scan this QR code next to me. Drop in $100. MyBookie adds $50 for free. Go bigger, get more for your money. The action's heating up, the odds are moving, and this season is shaping up to be a good one already. Don't miss it. Bet big, anytime, anywhere, and I mean anywhere, including California, with MyBookie. All right. The 49ers wide receiver room is weird. It's You got your number one, Brandon Ayuk. That contract, that whole situation's weird. The injury, weird. Saw him run some routes, but whatever. I want Brandon Ayuk to live out his contract. I want him to play through the whole damn thing. That is the best. Like, your youth that you have built up is Purdy paired with Pearsall, paired with, these young guys that you drafted, Jordan Watkins. Sorry, I got some on my face there. Jordan Watkins and Jacob Cowing. Like, that's the idea that you want to happen. Juwan Jennings, whom I love, no, he's not built into the long-term plan at the wide receiver position. It's not. Your top two guys are going to be Ayuk and Pearsall. That's the way it's designed. You got some young guys, cheaper, younger. That's the theme. That's the team's theme, not my theme. So I had my buddy email me, David W., one of our listeners from Scotland. Appreciate you, buddy. He emailed me, and he just said, man, talk to me about the 49ers being interested in trading for John Mechie. It has been rumored and put out that the 49ers were one of the teams trying to trade for him. They didn't get him, so I don't care about John Mechie. But here's what that tells me. John Mechie, high upside, young wide receiver on a rookie deal. What is the theme, ladies and gentlemen? Is that younger? Check mark. Is that cheaper? Check mark. Whenever you throw out Amari Cooper, whenever you throw out Gabe Davis, Keenan Allen before he got signed, are those guys younger? Are they cheaper? Pay attention. Whenever the verbiage and all the guys that they keep bringing in follow the younger, cheaper model, guess what? That's what they're looking for. You brought in Demarcus Robinson, which I'm going to be very honest with you. I have no problem. Demarcus Robinson is your perfect number 3 wide receiver. Your perfect veteran number 3 wide receiver. Now, he's going to have to play up to number 2 if Juwan Jennings doesn't play, whatever else. Like, and if Pearsall and Demarcus Robinson are your 1 and 2, I'm okay with it. I don't like it, but there's enough chemistry between Purdy and Demarcus Robinson to be okay. Like, he's been awesome through camp. He's been awesome through the preseason. Like, just awesome. But with the suspension, now it's just like somebody's got to play there. Well, the Niners have their veteran floor players at the wide receiver position that they trust. That's Isaiah Hodgins. That's Russell Gage. I've been telling, I want wide receivers, but they don't fit the younger chipper mold, which you have to look at this through the perimeter. John Mechie did. He was that. So I guess it makes sense, but the Eagles gave up, a player plus. That's kind of where it is. And so what are you going to do? Do you hope somebody gets cut from another team that fits that younger, cheaper mold and you claim them? That's fine. But the Niners have their veteran leadership floor roles. And dude, there is a very real possibility that Ricky Pearsall and Isaiah Hodgins are your number 1 and number 2 wide receiver for week 1. I think that that's a bad thing. I think that that's a terrible thing. But that's just what it is. And so the fact that the Niners were even interested in trading for John Mechie, who doesn't know this, kind of, because John Mechie's year, he was under Kubiak whenever he got drafted. And so he played a little bit of the Niners scheme. So he knew a lot of the, verbiage and whatever else. So he kind of went through that. So, and John Mechie even played under Sarkisian whenever he was at Alabama, which is, again, Shanahan adjusted after Sarkisian took over the Falcons in 2018. So, like, there's a little bit of familiarity with that, but the youthful upside was there and the cheap contract was there that the Niners are like, hey, why not? Let's roll the dice here. And I love that. One of my favorite things about the 49ers front office is they will take chances. They'll roll the dice, but they don't overpay usually. And the few times that they did, D Ford, mistake, even though you saw it would have worked out if he would have stayed healthy. Trey Lance, mistake, obviously. Javon Hargrave, mistake, obviously. Like, yeah, there's some mistakes there, but usually they don't overpay. Usually it's like, hey, like even that Trent Williams deal, we're going to pay a 3rd and a 5. Almost didn't get him, but you had the Shanahan loyalty program come in and, Trent Williams said, I'll retire if you trade me to them. I won't sign a contract with them. Minnesota pulls their offer, then they're forced to trade him, to the 49ers. The rest is history there. But Yeah, the wide receiver position's rough, but they're not going to pay a veteran to come in here. Now, the hope is all of this would be alleviated if Juwan Jennings would just freaking suit up and play. And I really wish the Niners could kick him $1 million or $2 million to make him happy and get out there and practice, because the dude needs practice. That wide receiver position is rough, but you have your veteran floor players. Isaiah Hodgins and Russell Gage are getting reps with the ones every single damn day. It was Isaiah Hodgins and freaking Ricky Pearsall out there early. And yeah, grand day. Thank you, my man. At least we throw to CMC and Kittle and Juice. That's the valve release. That's the thing that is kind of a little bit different with this, because you're not a traditional offense. You run the fewest wide receiver sets in 3 wide receiver sets in the NFL. George Kittle, that changes everything. CMC changes everything. And then you sprinkle in a little Kyle Juszczyk, and it's like, okay, you can circumvent. I mean, shoot, why not go 21, 12, and 22 personnel will be the mainstay for the first 3 weeks of the 49ers season. And that's a Shanahan MO. All right, 21 personnel is 2 backs, 1 tight end. CMC, Kyle Juszczyk, George Kittle. That means you got 2 wide receivers out there. Okay, 12 personnel, 1 back, CMC, 2 tight ends, George Kittle, Luke Farrell. Guess what? That's 2 wide receivers. 22 personnel, George Kittle, 2 backs, CMC, Kyle Juszczyk, 2 tight ends, George Kittle, Luke Farrell. That's 1 wide receiver. All right, Ricky Pearsall. All right, we're cooking there. Why not? You can throw out of those situations. And whenever the 49ers were scrimmaging in their open practice against the Broncos, it was 12 and 21 personnel almost every damn play in team. Almost every play. Almost every freaking play. That is where they will live. And that is the kind of like, this is going to suck early. We're going to take our medicine, but you could kind of circumnavigate a lot of that to try to get this done. Howdy, what are the chances Feliciano gets re-signed? Younger? Cheaper? No, it ain't happening, man. You have a log jam at the guard position. And I guess, man, we can jump over there. It's not happening. Not that I'm not a Feliciano guy. I really wanted him to start last year. He's all right on social media. He seems angry a lot, but that's okay. Offensive linemen should be angry, right? But going back to I don't want to move off this yet because I still want to talk about this. The wide receiver, wide receiver core is trash at the moment. It's bad. It is bad. But you have to be able to look at the Pearsall connection is off the freaking charts. Like, this should probably be maybe the number 1 offensive takeaway for the 49ers this training camp and offseason is like the 49ers are betting on so much youth across the board. Okay, well, then let's celebrate where that youth is rewarding the trust. Ricky Pearsall, the reward seems to be there. The Purdy to Pearsall connection. Even rolls off your tongue, right? P to P, baby. Yeah, maybe we need to do a Naughty by Nature remake, all right? I'm down with P2P. I guess it kind of works a little bit. One of the best music videos all time, by the way. But the Purdy to Pearsall connection, it is a match made in heaven. And again, like, yeah, mea culpa, I didn't like the Purdy pick at all. Like, you had better wide receivers available there. Ladd McConkey, I still think, is way better. But, like, this is a perfect pairing of, look, what is Brock Purdy's best traits? What are Ricky Pearsall's best traits? There is a Venn diagram, and it's a solid damn circle. Because Purdy, quick release, quick progression, and accuracy. That's what is it that makes Brock Purdy Brock Purdy? It ain't arm strength. It ain't height. It ain't speed. Yeah, it's fun, the escapability and the acceleration. No. It is quick progression and accuracy early. That's what it is. Warren Sharp put out a stat this morning. Oh, he does great work. Completion percentage on unpressured passes over 7 yards, okay? So, again, completion percentage on unpressured passes 7+ yards. Offensive line does their damn job. Doesn't always happen. We'll talk about Jake Brendel in a second. In that intermediate range. So where Purdy and Shanahan are freaking lights out, baby. That's just where they kill it. Well, guess what? Brock Purdy's number one in that stat, 68%. Jared Goff, number 2, 66%. And then tied for number 3, Tua and Jaden Daniels, 64%. I mean, that is a 4% drop-off. Like, Brock Purdy's up there by himself. What's Ricky Pearsall best at? Lightning quick releases, horizontal separation. So he gets it quick. He wins like that. Pair that with Purdy's strength, getting through those reads quick. I'm going George Kittle. I'm going Pearsall. I'm going Pearsall. I'm going CMC. I'm going, like, if you're open, Brock Purdy's going to get you the damn ball. And, Ricky Pearsall is good, but he's not a complete wide receiver. He's not. He's not a true X. He cannot win over the top. Slot fades and sometimes post routes. All right, cool. Like, you're not getting behind Demo. Like, you're not that true whatever. And some would say maybe even Ayuk is able to stretch the field vertically better because of his length and whatever else. But that's not what Brock Purdy needs. We saw what Brock Purdy needed in the Super Bowl versus man coverage, and he kept forcing the damn ball to Debo, who's locked down in man coverage and can't get freaking any separation. Can't do that to Ricky Pearsall. What is Purdy's strength? What is his best trait? What is Ricky Pearsall's? They're one and the same. It is a perfect pairing, and that is exactly what needs to be highlighted. The 49ers bet on youth at this position. Probably shouldn't have gone. It was a luxury pick, but now, man, wide receiver, you're sitting here, Kenny Powers is saying it's trash or whatever else. Oh, grade A, P2P. Yes. P squared. Ooh, I like that. Ty, my man. What's up, Ty? I can't wait to hang out again, buddy. Hope all is well. He says, wide receiver core helped move the ball downfield on Saturday. Didn't look trash to me. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. Chris, look at this. We're going back to earlier. Chris, he says, we used to complain with Shanahan would redshirt the rookies. Now he's forced to play them, and now we're worried about it. Being a fan is tough work. There's always something to criticize. And I like the redshirt role. My thing is, find what they're best at, allow them to do that, and allow them to specialize and develop. It's the Aldon Smith plan. That's my favorite thing. Like, okay, Aldon Smith, we're just going to let you pass rush. You ain't got to do anything else, just pass rush. And that's all he did year one, and it worked out well. Then you got on that playoff run. He had a couple injuries. It's like, all right, we got to let him play some more, but you allow him to develop into that. I think that is very, very important. So, now, Matt Barrows just put out a number of 49ers are back at practice today. Great news, baby. Oh, this is what I wanted to hear. I am so freaking pumped about this. So, we got some good news, baby. Can't wait to talk about this right after this. Hey, Niner faithful, if you're looking for tickets to see the 49ers play this season, TickPick is the destination for the best deals you'll find on tickets with absolutely no hidden fees. TickPick guarantees the best price on tickets to every NFL game and beyond. Download the TickPick app and use code NINERS, NINERS, at checkout to save $10 on your first order. Again, that's code NINERS. Get your tickets ready today to cheer on the team with the rest of the 49ers Rush community, and all of our events for the 49ers Rush road trip are sold exclusively on the TickPick app or tickpick.com. Just search 49ers Rush. All right. We are getting reserves, ladies and gentlemen. Back at practice today, according to Matt Barrows. Nick Bosa. Love that. He's by far one of our top 5 best players. Jordan Elliott, some veteran freaking leadership in the defensive room. This would allow Jordan Elliott, who I'm not the biggest fan of, but you got to have a veteran presence somewhere in that room. He's the only guy that's shaved before. Jordan Elliott would be in Kalia Davis. Like, if the Niners get what they want with what they have available, those would probably be your 2 starters week 1. So I'm not a Jordan Elliott guy, but you have to have that veteran presence somewhere. And he's a guy that can help in the run game, help the pass. Consistency is an issue, always has been with them, but I love that. And Sam O. Oh, I love Sam. I love Sam O, baby. He was our guy all of last year. I just kept talking about how great this dude is. Every single rep out there, just no negatives. Not the huge splash player, but that's that floor play. And he's so damn good against the run. Bull rush is there, all that stuff. Now, the negatives, do not see Mac Jones out there, so I'm not there to say Mac Jones is injured. He did take a couple big hits and was a little slow to get up. Does help explain that Nate Sudfeld signing. You got to have those quarterbacks out there. So we'll see. We'll get some new information when the press conference happens and a little bit of update on there. But yeah, I think that is really overall good news, if I'm going to be honest. Yeah, I hope his knee's not bad. It's crazy. I'm not a Mac Jones guy, but damn, really, really like what he's put on tape. I'm just going to be honest. But dude, 3 defensive linemen. And let's be honest, 2 of those are starters. And to be honest with you, 3 of those are starters. Sam O he started 6 games for us last year. I'm starting Sam O over Jonathan Garvin, who started last preseason game. And one of the things I want to talk about is Bryce Huff, that's the one note I didn't get to on my defensive breakdown. Bryce Huff, that dude, he started the second preseason game. Might not just be a pass rushing specialist. He was setting the edge well in the run game. Now, I know you traded for him to be that kind of whatever, but the 49ers, they don't have any defensive line. There were 4 guys that they signed that week that played substantial snaps on the defensive line. And so you told Alfred Collins, dude, you're playing on 3rd and 15. You're rushing the pass. You told Bryce, dude, you're playing on goal line. I know you're a pass rusher, but dude, you got to get out there. We don't have anybody. And so let's see what you can do. And Bryce Huff didn't look bad. He was setting the edge out there in the run very, very well. I thought that was a positive thing. So, dude, anybody coming back from injuries is a great, great thing. And here's the problem with the 90-man roster is just because guys aren't practicing or they're on the PUP or NFI or whatever else, they still count against the 90. Once you do the cut down to the 53 and you move somebody to the PUP or IR, you get that spot back. You get to bring somebody in. So these 3 players returning, you get to keep everybody else. It's not well, who are we going to cut? No. You get back Sam O, Jordan Elliott, Nick Bosa. That's just 3 more bodies out there. And so that defensive line rotation is just you know what I mean? Just big, deep breath. And so you've got to freaking love that. And, because you played on Saturday, the Niners are now officially in get used to game week ready because you got your 2 days off. Now, traditionally, you play on Sunday, 2 days off practice, or Monday, Tuesday, first day of practice, Wednesday, right? Well, you played Saturday. You got Saturday, Monday off. Tuesday, today, you get your first day back. And then again, you play Saturday, right? So you're on the 7-week. Let's get used to the actual schedule that you're going to be going through weekly for the next, 18 weeks, right? And so, I do like that. I think it's good to get your body used to the cycle and what you're going through. I'm the biggest routine person in the world, and that's why the road trips, which I love, are always so hard for me because, I go to bed at the same time every single day. I usually don't set an alarm. I wouldn't even like this whenever I wake up on my own. I eat the same meals every single day. I work out at the same, I go live at the same, I'm a regime person, a regimented person. And whenever I break that, I struggle. I'm not saying the 49ers are like that, but being part of the coaching, life, whenever I would create my practice plans, it was to the minute. It was to the minute. And so we would section off, 5 to 10 minute sections. And a lot of times, I would be okay, it's not just 5-minute blocks. All right, well, we're only going to do this one for 4 minutes because I want to do this for 6 minutes. Dude, everything is intentional. And so I don't know. It's a problem. Maybe I need to see somebody about it. But football gets you into that kind of military, mindset or whatever else. It's kind of what it is. I did have a lot of military stepdads. Maybe that's why. I don't know. Anyway, but I think this is great news. Now, let's get back to the offense. We got sidetracked a little bit with those roster moves, which I liked. I'm not upset by any of them. I do hope Mac Jones is okay. I do hope that Mac Jones is okay. So, more offensive notes. Guard is an issue. With the Dominique Puni injury, it's a major issue. Nick Zakelj not bringing any confidence. Gets demoted. Connor Colby, you put the rookie ahead of him. Then Dominique Puni gets injured, and it's like, dude, you got to show something. And he's like in Jair Brown territory for me. You know what I mean? Like, what do you do? You pass protect, but yeah, you didn't really pass protect very well. Run blocking, every now and then you have like a quote unquote decent play. But I'm just like, I'm sitting there and I'm watching Nick Zakelj. He graded 64.4, had a penalty, but it's just like, I think he played the most snaps. He played the most snaps. He played 57 out of 68 offensive snaps. And it's just like, what are you doing, man? Like, Ben Barch is injured. Dominique Puni's injured. They're playing him at center. They're playing him at left guard, playing him at right. They are begging Nick Zakelj, dude, let us keep you on this roster. Like, you're smart. You're Brock Purdy's best friend. I get it. What would you say you do here? Like, we're giving you every chance to bend over backwards to get Nick Zakelj on this damn roster, and it's just like, every time it's like, probably not there. All right. Like, maybe that'd be, but this is kind of where you are. And it sucks because if Ben Barch is hurt, all right, cool. You're going to go Connor Colby. Connor Colby didn't look good against the ones. Connor Colby's looked great against the 2s and 3s. He struggled versus the Raiders. I'm just going to be he took his lumps. Now, that D-line is no joke for the Raiders, but Connor Colby, there were a lot of just little bitty mistakes and footwork and just overcompensating and being a little over. He's a rookie. He's a 7th round rookie. And even in the simple outside zone runs, like, there were some major issues there and, caused some tackle for losses. So, which is crazy because with Iowa, he's got as much experience in the outside zone as almost anybody that was getting snaps out there, but it's just different. So, like, I'm just struggling a little bit with exactly what this guard rotation is going to look like. And if Dominique Puni out and Ben Barch is out, it's like, good gosh, you could be looking at Connor Colby and Nick Zakelj starting guard. Drew Moss didn't look great. There's some issues there at the guard, which is crazy because you just keep drafting them. But I'm a little worried. I am. Nick Zakelj is in full-on yikes territory, and the Niners are just begging him, just be consistent. You ain't got to be great. Just be consistent and just do your job. That's all you got to do. Like, just do your job. And he's struggling against the 1s. He's struggling against the 2s. He's struggling against the 3s. He's struggling at left, struggling at right, struggling at center. It's just like, come on. Like, just come on, man. We're what's the airplane? Just want to let you know, we're all counting on you. like, come on, man. Like, land the freaking plane. David Wright, watching the likes of Zakelj, et cetera, it makes it even more frustrating. Knowing we allowed Kingston to go, yes, and kept the likes of Ronnie Bell, yes. Ambry Thomas is still the one that will drive me up the freaking wall. You knew he wasn't a scheme fit, and he was injured. That's the one that kills me the most. We missed that one. Yeah, having Jared Kingston right now would just be freaking awesome. Said he's starting for another team. Oh, look at this. Alex in the chat. Look at the Seattle Niners faithful. He is the best. Cannot wait. Dude, we're only like 2.5 weeks away from hanging out. I cannot wait, man. The best of the best, Seattle's Niners. Literally engraving Seattle Invasion dog tags and bottle openings while watching this live. I got this. I can't take it off because it's like, oh, I'm so mad. Right here, I can. I have one right here. It's hanging up right where I record. Sorry, this is like the worst, TV ever, but I had to take it off the thing. So I got this bad boy right here. These are the dog tags that I have right next to where I record. Sorry, it's a little fuzzy, but we've got Seattle Niners on one side and the 49ers Rush Road Trip. It's not fuzzy. It's because the camera's focusing on my face. There we go. Now you can see it. But yeah, freaking Alex is the man. I have it hanging up. And so like we always, Alex gave us some last year. If you guys went, we gave them to all the kiddos, which was so cool. But yeah, my man, dude, cannot wait to see you and just hanging out. One of the coolest chapters. So many great chapters. And if you guys are a part of a chapter or a president or whatever else, and if I could help in any way, I'm very thankful for this platform. And again, like our core tenets, whenever I talk about this show, is developing community, increasing a positive fan experience, and increasing some type of knowledge through my coaching past and film, understanding football better. We don't do hot takes. It's not what we do. And my favorite thing that we do is I actually going to meet you guys. Like I see these names in the chat and I'm like, dude, I know these people. And it makes me happy and I freaking love it. And these are my freaking friends and I'm a nerd. I don't give a damn. And if you're watching this show, like I freaking love you guys. And I am so thankful that I do get to know you guys. Chris Bino, he's got a picture of us holding up a freaking autograph shirt at one of our events. Grant, like that's the cool thing is like I look through this chat and I see like people I know. And shoot, Steven, man, we were hanging out for Breezy's music video, which was really, really cool experience. And so very, very thankful for you guys. And whenever, and a lot of you guys give back. Alex gives back. But if you're ever part of a chapter and I can help promote any event ever, please reach out to me. 49ers Rush Podcast at gmail.com or Twitter or Instagram, wherever. Like, I don't want money. I don't want anything. I just want to help people get together. Because whenever I started this, I lived in Dallas and I was traveling to Niners games by myself. Wife worked weekends. And so I would fly out to San Francisco by myself, get a hotel. I'd go to the game by myself and I'd carry around some beer and go to the tailgates and like, hey, you guys got room for one more? A lot of times they did because the 49ers fans are awesome. But like, I want people to come together. And that is what all of this is about, and the Rush road trips and all those things. And then on top of that, like, I probably got to do a better job of talking about this because I'm not. But Seattle Niners, he says here, also, we're going to raise a bunch of money for charity. John's super helpful with that. The real good stuff. Dude, if we, on most of our road trips when we started out, I lost a lot of money. I remember one time I worked ridiculously hard, lost a little over 10 grand on a trip. And I was like, I probably shouldn't do that anymore. And so that's why we do charge for these. Like, we host premium events with full alcohol and everything included, and that costs money. But when we make money, every single time we donate to charity. I don't talk about it a lot on this show, but I probably should to help raise awareness. So like when we were in Tampa last year, we donated to the hurricane relief. I know last year we did Toys for Tots with Alex. This year we're going to do CASA, which is huge. CASA, if you don't know what that is, those are case workers that stay with kids through foster care. You know, my boys, we got when they were 4 and 9, they were with over 10 foster cares before they went to us. There were some little hellions that got kicked out of every single foster home they ever went to. And so they have a CASA worker that stays with them. That's a volunteer that stays with them through all these placements. And they still talk to them today. They still talk to her today. Miss Joanne is heaven, one of the greatest humans ever. And so we're going to be giving away some extra autographed jerseys at the Seattle event. And while the proceeds are going to go to CASA workers, which is actually based in Seattle. I didn't even know that, but just helping to give these, kids that are bouncing around from home to home, group home, whatever else, give them some type of constant in their life because they don't have that. And so that's what such a big deal. Like, that's a big deal to me. So like, kids, that's my jam. Whatever we could do to help kids and whatever. Toys for Tots, we got those. It was funny when we first like adopted our kids, they were still on all these Toys for Tots lists. We got 3 bikes. Each one of the kids got 3 bikes our first Christmas with them. And so I didn't know when you adopted kids, you have to take them off the Toys for Tots list. So we went and re-gifted those to some like local areas that needed stuff and whatever else. Was so funny. But it was funny because with like just all these toys kept coming to our house, and it was just like, what is happening? And we figured it out, like, oh, well, they had like all these, and they were in foster care for so long, almost their entire life, that they were on all these Toys for Tots lists in different counties. It's which is a great thing. It's a beautiful thing. But yeah, each kid got 3 bikes and whatever else. And so we had to tell them no, we're not keeping all this. We're other kids. We're going to buy you stuff now. We're going to give these back to other kids that need them now. You don't need them anymore. We'll get you your own bike. Look at Sean in the chat doing foster care myself. Salt of the earth. I freaking love you guys, man. Couple other, sorry about that, long off track, but dude, My 2 core tenets in life, very simple, to be a friend. Help people, have fun. Everything else is just details, man. We talk Niners here, but it don't give a who gives a damn? Help people have fun. Life is simple. We're talking 49ers. What's not to be happy about? Now, back to more tape. I am loving the Luke Farrell signing more and more. The tight end too. Probably the number one target this free agency. The Niners went after that dude, and he's looking good. He's not great. The first preseason game wasn't great, but he got 28 snaps out there. And probably my favorite thing about him, he was in for 9 pass blocking snaps. Like, yes, that extra, you know what I mean? Just extra pass protection, which the 49ers struggle with. Spencer Burford looked good, though, by the way. Spencer Burford, huge positive. Huge positive. But yeah, I'm liking the Luke Farrell being out there. He had a 69.6 pass blocking grade. That's great. That's exactly what you want. That's exactly what you want. Seattle. Sorry for the distraction. That's okay. That's what we do. So I'm really liking the Luke Farrell thing. And, another thing that was I was down on the run blocking. Pass protection has been decent for the 49ers offensive line through 2 preseason games, which is saying a lot because you played 2 of the best fronts. Denver Broncos and the Raiders, dude. And they played their ones. Pretty solid, actually. Now you couldn't run the ball, but the Raiders schemed a little bit. Like, they did a single high safety, 10 men within the line of scrimmage, within, 5 yards of the line of scrimmage, almost probably 90% of the plays. 49ers don't scheme into preseason games. And they kept trying to run that outside toss, outside, kind of zone toss and the outside crack toss. Wasn't working, but they kept running it. But, man, if Shanahan could scheme, like, Brock Purdy would have thrown for 350 yards playing against them. If the Raiders were going to do that and be that aggressive to stop the run, it would have been awesome. But it's a preseason game. You're running your base package. You're not scheming. You're not play calling. I don't know if Kubiak called plays or not, but, don't really care. And so I'm just saying the run game sucked. You had -1 yards after the first quarter, but let them scheme that. And golly, if you had CMC, that would have been nice. Leon, he says, I heard Nugent looked really good. Do you agree? I have not done the second half, so I'm just being very honest. I'm just going to say, I'm being honest. If I ain't watched it yet, I haven't gone through that film yet. I finished the first half, and so I'm going to get to the offense first half tomorrow morning. But, his grade, he finished top 5, had a 67.9 grade, which isn't great. But, his run blocking looked good. But it's hard to watch center play live. That's difficult. It's the most covered up player. And so that's a little difficult. Now, I will say Jake Brindle had one of his notorious miss a block and turn around and just stare at your player getting demolished again. So any hope that Jake Brindle was going to change, or a 49ers coach was going to tell him, hey, maybe block to the whistle. Hey, maybe don't stop and turn around and just watch your teammates get decimated. Do not expect that to change. They do not care. It is not important. And right here, the 49ers, I'm not concerned about Brindle. He is the weak link on the offensive line. Yeah, you know that. And he's going to continue. And so the fact that he did that literally in the second preseason game, where it's just like, hey, we're just going to let guys kill our guys and we're just going to watch. I don't know, man. I don't know. VN, appreciate you. He says, how is it possible literally every Niner running back has to get injured so often? It's crazy. Bad luck is one thing, but these guys seem unable to survive at tackle. Corey Kiner overcame an injury before. Isaac Guerrero had the most injury history of any drafted running back in that entire draft. That is whatever. Christian McCaffrey's had a lot of injuries before. Patrick Taylor has not. And he just got put on IR today. And people could say, Shanahan gets your running backs injured. Running backs get injured. There's a reason why they don't last past 28 usually. Well, that's what Christian McCaffrey's at. I'm not saying but there's a shelf life there. Now you bring back another old running back in Jeff Wilson, and he looks spry right now, He hasn't been practicing. He hasn't been going through camp, which is a killer. And so, yeah, those are some things that are out there. And so you kind of got to practice. Now, I have not seen this. Ben, I trust Ben. I have not seen this reported from my quote-unquote sources. But Ben says, Guerendo back to practice, Renardo Green too. Again, I have not seen that put. If you could share, Ben, where you saw that from, just so we could tie that to a source. But I trust Ben. He does great work. We need running back so damn bad. And Renardo Green back, that dude is a top 12 player for the 49ers, and they're putting a lot of trust in him. You need him back. Big time. That is great news. So I'm glad that we went a little long today. We're at a minute 15. I still got 2 more videos I got to work on after this. Got to do our countdown videos. We got to wrap that up by this last preseason game. Otherwise, I'm not going to get my taxes done. I delay my taxes every year to this 2-week time period after the last preseason game, which is so stupid, but it's what it is. Coach Yak on Twitter, I don't think he's there. I don't know who put that out there, but Coach Yak's the man. I really appreciate one of the best Twitter followers out there, but we are having it reported. Don't know if it's true or not, so I apologize right now. But Guerendo back at practice, Renardo Green back at practice. Those are good things. So, yeah, fun show. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. So close, man. So I'm going to finish the second half of the offense and defense. Look for that on the 49ersrush.com and our Patreon in the link in the description of this video. That is how I pay the bills. So if you like what we do, and you want to support what we do, there we go. Grand A says Nick Wagner said those names. I trust Nick Wagner. He puts out some of the best practice reports out there of any beat reporter. He's about as good as they get on those practice summaries. So go check him out as well. Fun show. You guys are best. That's going to do it for us today. And man, as always, love you guys and so thankful for allowing me this opportunity to spend time with you. But until next time, stay strong, faithful.